knew he was not an honest person. It's an opinion that never changed, even as we became what some would call friends. There was something about him that inspired me. Here was this person who came to America in the early 90s when he was 20, abandoning Russia in spite of its imminent overhaul. And by the way he tells the story, you can tell Lucian wasn't discouraged by the abrupt, life-altering move. After all, living in Russia, as Lucian explained it to me, was like living in a hedge maze, only without the exits. You run round and round, following every promise for change, for hope, always looking not necessarily for a way out, but just an opening, a way to something better. A year after living as an expatriate in Brighton Beach, Lucian landed here in Chicago, in a Ukrainian village, and was immediately taken on the remains of older men in the community, Eastern European and Russian expats. In Lucian, they saw what everybody saw in the early Russian, possibilities. But mainly, their minds had Lucian pegged as another fresh lab of communist meat who didn't speak the language and could be easily exploited. They made Lucian a boxer, even though he hated violence, which, incidentally, made him perfect for what he's asked to do, take dives. Here was this pickup truck of a man with squared-up shoulders and a block head, who, through the working of his counterparts, had a reputation for decimating other boxers back in Russia, where he was undefeated champ of the butcher market circuit. Lucian was no fighter, but because of his training, which was purely on how to intimidate and sell his ferocity, he had the ability to shrink a man's ego with a single glance. He took dives across the city for a year and a half straight, sometimes being forced to undergo as many as 10 rounds of orchestrated pugilism. Lefts, uppercuts, and jabs, absorbing the pain in stride, knowing that the beatings were temporary. Because all the while, in his bare, unheated studio apartment, on his own with the help with people from his neighborhood, Lucian was learning the language. Lucian was absorbing. Lucian was understanding their operations behind everything and everyone. Once the betting world caught on to Lucian's strategy, even though he won a fight here and there, raked in the favor for the semblance of legitimacy, his boxing career was over.